One Piece. I'm back. You thought you escaped.
He's back. I thought we were waiting for the day he came in the chat. He was like, I'm done with the channel. It's all yours, boy. I'm done with this nerd shit.
It's really funny because, like, there was a time when this channel was, like, my baby. And, like, I was like, no. Did you make the thumbnail with the logo 2 inches to the left? Wrong! You must move that back over. You know what I mean? We have to upload this at exactly 3:05 p.m. on the dot daily. I used to fucking spend hours editing shit and like, oh, we got to make sure, we got to do a skit every... Nah, life takes precedent, my friend. It's not worth it. That's why...
After he finally listened to me after I told him it's not that deep multiple times.
Yeah. Well, you know, it's... I'm just going to put it bluntly. That's what getting some pussy will do to you.
Disclaimer: we still care about the channel very much.
Of course.
It's just, you know, we sort of realized that this channel is for fun. We still, all of us enjoy doing it. We love interacting with the small niche fandom that we have, and it's just like
I never want to lose that.
blast.
The fact that I have, like, if I fuck around and say, hey, I'm going to make, like, an AMV, or I'm going to make a little fun little project or something, I can be like, here, and, like, 100 people can look at it immediately. That shit's awesome as fuck, and we love you guys for that.
Yeah, so it's just like, and honestly, I do hope we grow, but I'm happy with just like the niche that we have. I'm not, bro. I'm telling you, I'm not trying to be famous.
That was why I used to be so obsessed about it, because like it's just the truth. If we were consistent, if we had the ability to be consistent, we would grow. But I'm starting to realize that the only people that grow on YouTube are like sociopaths that are like able to somehow upload consistently every day and do all that editing, and like I don't know how people do it. Like I just can't even comprehend. Like bravo, seriously.
Slow and steady wins the race. We're not competing with anyone. We're not trying to prove ourselves to anyone. We're here. This is what we're our mindset. I'm pretty sure if David was here, he'd definitely agree with me. Our mindset is old school YouTube mindset. Just going on here, having fun.
Funsies, absolutely.
Slow and steady growth. If we do decide to monetize it,
oh, sorry, you're still going. My bad.
If we do decide to monetize and make a Patreon and all that stuff, we'll do it. But for right now, like we're not trying to be the next PewDiePie or Markiplier or Team 4-Star.
Yeah, I'll put it out there. If somehow this will never happen, but if somehow we could Patreon and you guys could pay us like the equivalent of like part-time jobs, we'd all just quit our jobs and do this. But that'll never happen. So
yeah, I'd do it for sure.
So if one of you rich fucks, if one of you guys out there is like Jeff Bezos rich, just like. Send us a check for like a couple mil, and we'll give you content that we'll do 4 videos a day if you fucking send us that.
Easy. Are you kidding me? If I got a paycheck every week just from, being on YouTube,
what I
literally.
Yeah, get like fucking I don't know, 500 a week. I'd even take that. Isn't even that much. That's like. Just pay me that shit. Send me a check in the mail. I'll give you so much content. Open wide, baby.
Getting paid weekly is great though, because I mean that money will stack up more than 2 weeks.
Exactly. Anyway, yeah. So I'm glad to be back. I took some time to myself, mostly because work was fucking me up, but also I found me a new series to obsess over: Toilet Bound Hanako-kun. That shit slaps. Go read it. But for now, we're here to talk about One Piece, the ever eternal, never-ending series. Hopefully, never-ending. I hope they put Oda's head in a Futurama container so he can just keep writing forever. But
I'm kidding, by the way.
Am I?
You have to. Yeah, we don't need people in here. Respect your manga.
Yeah, no. So I'm gonna let you start, Thurman. It's been a couple weeks since we talked about One Piece, so I'll let you start on where we're going here.
So I just love how. Because honestly, like I'm not even gonna talk about last chapter. I'll reference it a little.
We might hop back to moments, but let's.
Yeah, but I think this chapter in itself is just really, really good. It just like I think this shows like
you can feel the drama starting to like ramp up a little bit finally.
But not even just the drama. Like you can just show like how much the Straw Hat crew like cares for Luffy. Because one thing this chapter did shock me on was Chopper and Sanji. Firstly, Chopper. Like I don't blame Chopper. I don't think
Chopper's like a child. I think people always forget that.
Yeah, I don't think I don't think there's a negative towards Chopper, but it is a little bit surprising that Chopper like immediately gave up once he heard that Luffy's dead. Especially with all the things they've been through, all the stuff he's seen. Like it's very, but you can argue you have different situation.
I think my take on that was that like first of all you gotta assume like yeah they've done a bunch of shit, but this one is different. This is probably the toughest fight they've had ever as a crew.
Yeah.
But also keep in mind.
I agree.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead, finish.
There's that. There's the fact that Chopper's a child. And like I think the biggest fact is that remember this is the same Chopper that. This is post time skip, so probably like I don't know 3-4 months ago in the timeline, One Piece timeline, like 3 or 4 months ago, they were at Sabaody, and he thought that he fell for the fake Straw Hats. I mean, this is that Chopper. This is the Chopper that fell for Sogeking. You know what I mean? He's not the brightest. He's still a fucking reindeer.
Yeah, that's true.
He's got targeted knowledge. Like medically, he's a genius, but like you can fool him. So like someone comes on and says, "We beat Luffy." What? Really? No! You know what I mean? Like, I don't think this is like a lack in belief. Like, if he heard Luffy specifically tell him, I'm gonna beat this guy," he'd be like, "Oh yeah, for sure." But Chopper wasn't there for that conversation. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, like I said, it wasn't necessarily a negative for it. It was definitely like a surprise. A surprise.
And this isn't. I don't want anyone to think I'm just like sucking Oda's dick here. You know, I'll fucking complain about plenty of shit, like the never-ending off-screening of all the fucking action in this arc, which we'll get to. But
yeah. So, but one thing I really want to say is Sanji coming. This is a W for Sanji. It's insane, right? I think this is the best way to incorporate a Sanji fight. 100%.
Thurman,
right?
What's his name again?
It's just
say it one
like,
more time.
Because,
what is it?
A Sanji W?
No, say it. What's his name?
Wanji.
Yes!
Wanji. Because it's so interesting, right? Because everyone, like, I'm gonna go back to the last chapter a little bit. Because everyone, right, when Kaido like is like, oh, he's dead. Tell everyone he's dead, right? Like,
yeah, him and Zoro both. I love this. I'm so happy he gave. This is something we have to talk about too because we weren't here for this. I'm so happy because Oda, I was really blue balls with the whole Sanji Zoro dynamic. Like they're apart for like 10 years essentially, and then they finally get back together and they have that one little moment where they both block an attack trying to kill Toko. And then they're apart again, and they have one more moment where they're like fighting right before the raid, and then they're apart again. And I'm like, I need more. I want Zoro and Sanji together. And then finally, Zoro or Sanji gets to carry fucking like Jesus cross Zoro around. That shit has been phenomenal, and I've been loving it. Yeah, and I love that too. I got to talk about this from the last chapter. Because nothing exemplifies the dynamic between Zoro and Sanji better than Law fucking being like, hey, here's Zoro. He's got like 20 broken bones and like a punctured lung. Take care of him. And Sanji, because he hates Zoro, but not like hate. It's like how you hate like your little brother. Like, motherfucker, like, I love you, you stupid idiot. I love you, but fuck you, right? It's because they all love each other, but Sanji is, they annoy the fuck out of each other. So Sanji like angrily, like patching up Zoro, like, you piece of shit. God damn it. So he like cares about him, like physically he's showing that he cares about him, but he still is like, fucking goddamn it. I hate being around you.
Yeah, bro. And it's so interesting too, like they're both like, screw that. Like, so we're going back to 10-14 real quick. So the whole dynamic with it, right? And I'll get back to my Sanji Wanji moment in a second. You. But it's just like this 10-14 chapter was just really, really good. Like very, because first of all, can we talk about how Sparrow and Queen are just fucking the tag team between the two?
I love it. I like that they just accepted that he's here. Like, oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, and then like, bro, we have to talk about Chopper again. Last chapter, so Chopper.
I saw a lot of people. I have to bring this up because this
Caesar Crown, bro.
Oh yeah. So before we get to that, power scalers are being cancerous online. Have you seen the cancer?
Nope, I've been trying to stay away from that.
People are just like, oh, why is Chopper fighting Queen? That doesn't make any sense. And like you see in this chapter, Queen isn't even hurt. He's just like, I'm just letting you throw me around to kind of just get a vibe. Like, are you ready to fucking end this now? Like, people fucking spaz. If like it used to, it's like if Chopper does an attack or two on Queen, that doesn't immediately mean, oh my god, Chopper fucking Yonko commander level. Like, just give it a second. Like, he's not gonna take down Queen.
That's actually hilarious. Because I mean, even continuing on that, right? Like we go see this flashback that Chopper and Caesar Crown have, and
Clown.
yeah, whatever.
You're saying Caesar Crown right now.
So I have the crowned theme from Kirby in my head. That's why.
Oh, that's fair. Yeah, no, and it's funny too because that whole Caesar Clown flashback felt like Oda was writing this and he was like, fuck, I want to have Chopper basically be in his monster point form for the rest of this battle, but I have that pesky 3-minute time limit. Caesar, bam, go. You know what that felt very last second to me. It doesn't bother me, but it did feel like off-screen power up. Bam, let's go.
Because it's still crazy. Like I never would have thought that like Chopper would like. Because I remember Caesar is a doctor technically, so like that makes sense. And his main expertise is chemicals.
Yeah, no, it totally makes sense. And I love the dynamic because Chopper always hated the fuck out of Caesar. So I like that the dynamic was like Caesar hates Chopper, Chopper hates Caesar, but out of like spite. Like I'll help you out of spite. I'll help you to prove how much better I am than you.
So it's just great. I really hope they experiment on that more because I love the fact that the crew is like having other people they can go to. Like one of the biggest, coolest things about the time skip was that everyone found someone who they can train under.
Like a sensei.
It's not just Luke.
Like Herculean.
Like a lot of series, like how like I think Black Clover does this really well too. Like a lot of characters in the series have found people they could train under. You know what I mean? Like I really like that. A lot of series don't really have that, where like the MC will just have someone they can train under. Like honestly, like even Bleach. Yet I can say this now because I'm reading Bleach.
Woo! We ought to do a whole video on that at some point.
Even Bleach, I feel like did this somewhat well.
I saw that you liked this tweet thread. Have you finally come to accept the glory and grace of my favorite character, Shinji Hirako? He's so good, bro. Like, I don't know how far you are, but I love him so much.
Urata?
No, not Uehara's great. Shinji is my favorite character.
Oh, Shinji's great. I love Shinji, yeah.
Have you seen him fight Grimmjow yet?
No, not yet.
Oh, bro, you ain't even that far at all then.
I'm on like chapter 300, around there.
Well, have they gone to Wakamundo yet?
Yeah.
Then yeah, you did. Then yeah, you did.
I haven't seen the
Shinji has a skirmish with Grimmjow.
The Visitors hasn't shown up yet. The Soul Reapers have.
No, you're talking about the fake Katakura Town arc. Shinji has a skirmish with Grimmjow to save Rukia. Remember, because it's Rukia and Ichigo, and they're down there, and then Grimmjow is frozen in Rukia's ice, and then he breaks out and like he's like about to Sero Rukia's head off, and then Shinji shows up to save them both.
Oh no, I think I've gotten there yet.
Yeah, you have, because it's volume 26 or 27 when that happens, which is like 260, 270. It's one of my favorite chapters in the whole series, and I'm guessing that you've just somehow forgotten about it.
Yeah, probably. My memory is really bad. That's the goal of reading so many series. But I'm going to catch up on Bleach. But anyway, back to my point, right? So even Bleach, I think, does this well. You know, like Chad had to train under Urata, you know. Ichigo had his teachers, you know. Like, I like that even the side characters have specific people they can train under. And I'm really happy that One Piece...
Choppers is not going to train under Caesar, bro. He hates him.
But you know, like people they can, you know, learn from, even if it's an enemy, because hell, even Zoro was like bit the bullet and he was like, shit, in order for me to get strong, I need to train another person that I'm trying to surpass.
I don't even consider Mihawk an enemy though. Like he's not like antagonistic towards the Straw Hats.
Yeah, but I mean, still, you know, the pride, Zoro, he's trying to beat him. You know
what Caesar did though. Like Caesar's pretty unique in this scenario, literally experimenting on children and shit. Like that'd be like,
oh, of course.
That'd be like a fucking. I'm trying to think. That'd be like a Holocaust survivor training under Hitler. Like.
Of course, but come on, like you have to be realistic here. Like
that's not happening. I'm just telling you. I'm pretty sure Caesar is out of the story for the majority of it, and when he comes back, it's not gonna be like a Chopper, like help me, Sensei Caesar.
I mean, if anything, I feel like Chopper will train under law. If anything,
that makes a lot more sense, and that's been set up with the whole like tying him to Law's head and their like mutual respect for each other as doctors.
But I'm just saying that like I said, unlikely allies like. Training like we've seen it before in like series. Like I wouldn't put it past it, but I'm not like, you know, saying it's like a given. But I really think it's cool. My whole point was I think it's cool that we're seeing the Straw Hats train or at least get help. You know, get power boost from people
right
that we usually wouldn't see. Right? Because I mean, at that point, besides like the Law, who could Chopper really train under to
I think
give him?
Law's fine.
No, but I'm saying like if Law wasn't there, like who else?
Oh, when Law's not there because he's gonna die this arc. Is that what you're saying?
Right? Because like
Because
Usopp.
Law's gonna die this arc, right?
Fuck you.
Look, he's fighting against Big Mom now with fucking kid.
What? But before we go back to this current chapter, you wouldn't be Joy Boy either.
So that implies that Kaido knows about the whole like prophecy and all that shit that we read about in Odin's journal. Which my personal assumption as to why he knows about that is something to do with his flashback and something to do with his time in the Rocks Pirates.
I thought you had more to say on that.
What's up?
I thought you had more to say on that, but that's it. That's great.
I mean, is there anything more to say than that?
No, but I thought you were gonna like say more because usually you have like a lot to say about stuff like that. So like, I thought you had more to say, but that was just really.
I'll be honest. All that moment did for me was just make me infinitely. I mean, I'm already really. Oh, I got a cough. I'm already really interested in Kaido's character and his flashback, right? I have been for a while. What that does to me is make me more interested in Kaido's character, because up until now, Kaido has just been a really strong guy that had connections to some of the really strong, like the strongest people in the verse. Now, he's a really strong guy who also is one of the few people in the world that knows about like some of the big secrets of the One Piece world. So now that makes his flashback a bit more interesting. That's what it does to me. The Joy Boy stuff, we've already kind of figured this. It's not like a literal, like, what all this really does for the Joy Boy stuff is confirm that the Joy Boy thing is like a reincarnation thing, whereas it's not like a literal guy that's going to come back. It's more of like the mantle of Joy Boy gets passed on. Some people think it's Luffy. Some people think it's Momonosuke. I'm starting to think it might be Momonosuke because Momonosuke was reading the journal and then he was like, oh, it seems I can't die after all, so maybe Momonosuke thinks it's him. And Kaido is clearly confirming that it's not Luffy, so maybe that's Momo's role. Maybe he is Joy Boy, and maybe that's why he can hear Luffy so well, because we see in this current chapter, this is not observation or conquerors or anything. This is the voice of all things that's being used right now, just the same way that Momo was able to communicate with Zunisha back in Zou. Momo is hearing Luffy telekinetically, essentially. So maybe that makes Momo Joy Boy? I don't know. I guess that's my take on all that.
Ooh, that's great. All right, so back to Tim Port. Let me see anyone else. So, oh yes, before we begin, I know you don't like them, but the Scabbards, they're dying left and right.
let me clarify. It's not that I don't like them. It's that no, wait. They're okay. They are okay. Let me put this right. I feel like if I watched it in the anime, it'd be better. But like, it just feels like the pacing. You remember the the Odin flashback? It was like, yeah. Then I met this guy. Then I met that guy. Then I met this guy. That guy. And it was like, all right. You know what I mean? It was really quick.
I love it because it's just like I can just imagine you. We weren't reviewing it, but I can just imagine you being like, as soon as you saw everyone get stabbed, you're like, yes, get him out of here, Oda, yes. I could see, like, you see the.
I don't hate them that bad.
Did you see the trailer?
I do want deaths though.
You see the trailer for Thor Ragnarok when Hulk comes in and
yes, that's what it feels like. That's what it's like.
As soon as I saw you, what's this girl's name? What's the boy's name? Sorry, Kiku. Kiku.
That's funny because Kiku's one of the ones that I like the most too.
I can just imagine
trans icon Kiku.
If I can see you, Kiku, dying, I can see you like, yes! And now it's just like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Well, here's the thing. This is still One Piece. I don't know what to think about. Are they dead? Who knows? Like, you think they are, but he fools us with this every time.
I'm gonna be honest, right? It's looking mighty believable to me, honestly.
It's looking mighty believable to me too. But like, okay, so Tekking 101, a famous One Piece reviewer. His ass, bold statement in his review. He's like, it's not even ambiguous. He's like, he's not dead. He's not dead. Like people are so fucking black-pilled with One Piece deaths. Like people, you could like incinerate a body. You could do what Dio did to fucking Jonathan's dog and fucking throw a dude in an incinerator, and people would be like, nah, he's not dead. Like, oh, that's what Oda has done. He's done that to us.
Yeah.
I do think he's dead. If I had to bet on it, I do think he's dead because going from Conqueror's hockey infused bonk on the head, where it looked like his head was crushed, to literal like silhouette. The big one, you know what's really doing it for me? It's the silhouette. You know, the fact that it's drawn in silhouette. That felt very final to me. So I do think, at the very least, Kienmon is dead, and I think this is a really good scene for it. I literally actually got kind of emotional with like this whole moment where they've been pretending to be father and son for so long that it's actually kind of become real to them. So that got me emotional. Really, it did. So I like the scene. I hope it remains permanent, but you never know with Oda. Yeah, I hope because this arc does need deaths, and I do feel like we're finally getting to that dramatic part of the arc because Luffy is out of the picture now. This is that moment, like think back to Alabasta when Luffy lost for the second time, and then they all had to do their fights with Luffy gone for a bit. Like this is that moment in the arc where Luffy's gone, and it's getting really dramatic until Luffy triumphantly returns. So I think this is the moment where we're gonna pile on some deaths, make the arc feel dramatic, and I think this is a good start. I think you need to throw in some non-scabbard deaths as well. I'm sorry, Law, it's your time to go.
Cancer.
It's just out of everyone here, it makes the most sense. His character arc is done. So, yeah. And that one, it would hit. It would fucking hit if he killed Law. I'm just saying it would.
I'll think about it.
All right. Either way. I hope Kienmon's dead. I think that was actually a really good death. And honestly, because here's the thing, that whole scene was played out so well, especially the scene with Kiku and Kanjiro and all that shit. It made me like the Scabbards better. Like that was good writing, and like it actually made me feel something. So if Oda reverses it, I'm gonna be like, nah. So yeah.
Oh shit. So it's funny because the shit like. So Kanjiro's dead. This man got sliced. This man's dead.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's dead. Because remember, bad guys are allowed to die in Oda's logic. In Oda's
yeah.
World. Yeah.
Because it's interesting because like we never fully got like. I think this one panel alone, like he's like after all on stage, we were always the best friends. Like I legitimately feel like, kind of like I don't know if I'd say like Kanjiro wanted Kiemon to kill him, but like it's hard to say. Like it's hard to say. I really wish we would have gotten some sort of like more confirmation on like Kanjiro's character. I feel like he wasn't fully complete just yet. In my honest,
his shit felt quick to me. I agree. It was very strange how it was done, especially like his initial off-screen fight and death, and you know what I mean, like where we thought he died, then he didn't die. I think the anime is going to expand on all that. And now that the anime is in Onigashima, I'm actually going to start watching it weekly because, like, it's going to expand on all these fights and shit.
The flashback is done. They got to the if you fight with pirates.
It's happening, bro.
The scene, I had to go watch that scene.
Isn't that shit crazy? That like I remember that chapter coming out and reviewing it, and now it's in the anime. It's crazy,
bro.
That shit was hype as fuck.
Bro, we're there, bro. We're ahead of the
Yamamoto, so close to Yamamoto.
Bro, oh my god. You get ready. We're going to see a lot of people simp Yamamoto, and we're going to see a lot of transphobes.
Yeah, dude, I can't wait, man. I'm telling you, that's the moment where we fucking out them from the fucking fandom. I love it.
Bro, I swear to God, there's so many transphobes and homophobes in the One Piece fandom. Like, you do realize that
Luffy would hate you. We've discussed this,
yeah. In fact, the character that you stand, the character that you love, says better than Naruto, Ichigo, Goku, says the best MC of all time would not like you because you go against his whole fucking ideals. Yeah, do you realize that? Literally, you're reading a series that goes against what you preach.
Yeah,
do you not understand that?
Luffy's whole thing is freedom, my man.
Like, Luffy is the opposite of a racist, homophobe, transphobe. He accepts everyone. Literally everyone. True. Everyone. He doesn't
keep
care.
That in mind. And just call them out when you see them, everybody. If you, like, fucking block them, call them out, whatever you gotta do. Make them feel unwelcome. But,
like, don't be scared, guys. I swear to God, you already know once Yamamoto gets out and be like, "Oh, I'm a guy," they're gonna be like, "Well, no, she's actually not a guy."
You know why that's such a problem, by the way, right? Because the reason that's so prevalent, that whole situation with Yamato, is because it's kind of the ultimate combination of factors. Yamamoto is incredibly attractive, and everyone wants to fuck him, and the fact that Yamamoto identifies as a man, you have the toxic like people that really want to fuck him but are like toxic about their straightness, so they refuse to refer to him as him. That's literally what it is. Like, people just want to fuck and loot him, so they're like, no, it's a woman, because that's literally it.
Yeah, and it's interesting because it's just like these people will legitimately, right? Like, it's so funny. Like, how the hell do you be so transphobic, homophobic, but there's literally a person who's there for is to not know about, like, literally change your gender, literally. Now the whole arc, like, Ivanka, one of the best characters in this franchise, and yet, like, bro, it's shocking to me. Yeah, it's crazy.
The line was, Kozuki Oden was a man, so I decided to be one too. But done.
But it's crazy because, like, when you like look at it. Like, I've seen a lot of people on Twitter, like the manga fans, manga only master race, right? Like, their whole thing is, well, I don't think Yamamoto is a man. She's just, they're like, let me look it up, like a Yankee, like a Japanese Yankee or something like that, like a Yankee. A
lot of them just talk about how they think that, like, oh, her character or his character arc will eventually be to get over that. Like it's like, no.
Like, a sukuban, like a boss girl sort of thing, like a delinquent girl, basically. Like, they're like, oh, well, no, she's not actually like a trans. She just thinks that she's a sukuban, so she's just like that, and she has like this. I'm just like, bro, why are you using so many mental gymnastics? Like, I don't understand it. Like,
when you have to like go farther to justify your point, that's a good example of you being wrong. Yeah.
That is insane. Like, legitimately, I've seen, like, I think the One Piece Twitter account that mostly posts, like, the One Piece stuff, like, literally under that shit was mostly just like, whoa, I don't think he's trans. He's just dressed as, like, a Japanese delinquent boss girl who's a Yankee girl. Like, I think I'm using the term wrong. I'm pretty sure
I
somebody
don't
in the
even
comments.
know, but, like, I think the main thing that people need to realize, because I understand the trans stuff was confusing to me for a while too, but really what you got to realize is gender and sex are different things. Like biologically, sexually, yes, Yamamoto is a woman, but like what gender is basically like how you fit into a society, right? So we have societal gender roles. Like, the man is more known for doing this, and this, and you know what I mean. And it changes how you're treated, And there are women that don't want to be treated in a womanly like manner. That's literally what it is. Like I don't think, like, if you went up to Yamamoto, like, because this is what a lot of conservatives will say.
Yeah,
like,
what, check Brozone.
What?
Check Brozone.
Can I finish my point first?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay. So if you went up to Yamamoto, like, a lot of conservatives will say, like, oh, they're so delusional that they're just like, oh, I'm a woman even though I'm a man. But no, it's like, if you went up to these people, let's say Yamamoto in this case, he wouldn't deny that biologically, yes, I have a vagina, I have titties, I have ovaries, I have a womb. That, like, biologically I'm a female. But, like, societally, I would like to be treated as a man. That's literally all it is. So, like, that's where people get mixed up. So that's why, like, I think the people that are really anti-trans, they just think, oh, they're literally just, like, in such denial that they think they're a thing that they're not. And that's where the whole, like, I identify as an attack helicopter joke comes from. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But really, it's literally just saying, hey, I would prefer to be identified, and non-binary comes from, like, I don't want to be judged at all for my gender. Non-binary is like, hey, I don't like that you make stereotypes on me based on man or woman. I just want to be an individual. You know what I mean? So that's all it is. And so Yamamoto, as you can tell from how he acts, would just prefer to be treated as a guy.
Yeah, and check Messenger real quick.
Yeah. You're gonna have to explain to David what the fuck you're talking about here. Oh yeah, nice. Yeah, that does look like Yamamoto's style for sure.
Yeah. So I've seen people, like, post, like, fucking. Hold on.
I'll let him know. You keep talking.
You ignore. So, like, you'll see people, like, fucking, like, post, like, photos like that on the Twitter shit and be like, well, she's actually like a Japanese sukuban girl, biker boss.
I don't know how that. See, what's funny is that, like, how does that overlap the other thing? Like, and also identifies as a man.
Yo, facts. Like, so, but bro, like, how much mental gymnastics do you have to do just to try to appease your transphobia, bro?
Yeah.
Like, I swear to God, every time I see that shit, I'm just like, bro, like, are you trying to explain a character that Oda is just like, hey, I'm a guy, point blank, period. That's it. Luffy accepted that shit. He didn't question it. None of that. He's like, oh, you're a guy? Okay. And these niggas are just like, well, no, I'm actually a
and
guy.
it's not like Luffy is like got like a master's degree in gender studies. Like it definitely confused him. Like you could like Luffy was like, wait, aren't you a woman? He's like, no, I'm a guy. He's like, okay. Like he based.
That's insane. I'm sorry. We went on a tangent with that shit.
I just love it. Like that's one of many things that makes Yamato such a good character to me because like I think of all the trans people right now, the fact that the most selling comic in the fucking world, I know Batman's ahead of it right now, but like it's gonna be the most selling comic in the world. Like we know this. So like the number one comic in the world, essentially, the fact that the number one comic in the world has like an immensely popular character that's trans, that makes me very happy. Like that's so good, and like imagine how happy that makes other trans people, like, or even just people with like some gender dysphoria. Like I have days where I'm like, fuck, man, like I'm sick of these manly fucking stereotypes being piled on me. You know what I mean? You and I both, we're not necessarily the epitome of manliness, and there are days where I'm sure both of us have been like, man, it'd be pretty poggers to be a girl. You know what I mean? So like I love characters with like a little bit of gender dysphoria, a little bit like I vibe with that shit. I love it. Break those gender roles, baby.
It's just annoying,
so,
bro.
Hey,
Holy
you
shit.
know what? This is a good segue to Yamato at the end of the chapter.
Oh yeah, so
it's happening. Father-son fight. Let's go.
Okay, but hold on. Let me go back to the chapter. Here we go. Before we get to that, though.
Oh my God.
Before we get
but that
to
was the
that,
perfect segue.
It's a good segue. It's a great segue. I'm sorry, but I have to. You know me, my brain, ADHD brain. If I even have it, I'm going to the doctor out there and psychiatrist talking to him about it. But anyway, back to what I was trying to say. Before we get to Wamamoto.
Sorry. One last thing. Speaking of gender roles and shit, I actually my fucking fingernails are painted right now. At game night, I was like, hey, why don't you paint my fingernails? So yeah, I'm doing my own experimenting, baby. It's pretty.
Yes, send that shit to me, dog.
Oh yeah,
so,
I got you. They're not a fancy color or anything. It's like silver.
Silver's the best. Have you played Pokemon? Oh my God. Wanji, right? So I love the fact that Wanji's. I'm calling it for the rest of the chapter, by the way. Wanji. Wanji, the entirety of the chapter, he comes in. He's like, because like I said, Chopper's like, oh shit, what do we do now? What are we supposed to do now? Everyone's like distraught. Everyone's like, yeah, they're distraught. Like even like the fucking one-handed, like gorilla punch guy, like yeah, like oh my God, you guys
that
so
gorilla
well.
punch guy. Hey, out of all the stupid designs, that one was my favorite. Gorilla punch. When the gorilla is punching, but also you're punching with the punching gorilla, that's the best thing.
Bro, it's just like, yeah, want to win, yeah, playing games with you, blah, 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 blah. And then Sanji comes in like, shut the fuck up, bitch. Like, Jambla. And he's just like, strike. First of all, that cover page, not the color spread, but I mean the spread, bro. Like fucking using fucking
that shit confused the fuck out of me for a long time. I was like, what is happening right now? It's so ridiculous.
Bro. He spin like a fucking tabletop, bro.
Like I get it, but it was so ridiculous that I was like, surely that's not what's happening. Like, but I guess he kicked Queen's Bronchiosaurus neck around so quickly that he blocked all of Perospero's candy arrows, and then also knocked Perospero out with the neck. Like that shit was stupid. Like it's awesome, but like stupidly contrived.
That's One Piece. That's Oda in a nutshell.
That was a flex that was a Sanji flex for sure.
No, that's not his name. His name was
Wanji. You're right. I'm sorry.
Because it's just like, bro, and I love it too. Sanji's just like, you held up strong. Well done, Chopper. And
Wanji.
Like, Wanji. He's just like, don't cry. You held up. Well done, right? And Wanji's just like, bro, we've been together all this time. How many miracles have you seen? Here, take Zoro.
Yeah, here, kick Zoro over. Oh God, is that Zoro?
He got a strength of 10 when he's healthy. You mean 2,000?
You know what that's a callback to? He said that shit in Zo. Do you remember that?
Yeah, that's I've never read it in the manga, but in the anime, like, it was just, bro, everyone in the comment section, when I saw the clips on it on YouTube, they're just like, oh, jealousy from Zoro right here. And it's just like,
I'm 2,000. And that's funny, too, because Sanji wasn't there for that. So he's, like, holding on to that shit, even though Sanji doesn't even know what the fuck he's talking about.
Yo!
So, like, Sanji's like, oh, this guy, he's like, he's that was a compliment from Sanji. He's like, you heal this guy up, he's the strength of 10 men. He's like, 2,000.
Bro,
fucking curly hair.
Luffy's just like, we're gonna go pick up Wanji, right? from he's a strength that's like what two like
No,
what was
he
like
said
10,000?
we're gonna go get Wanji. He's got the strength of 1,000 men, and then Zoro was like, well, then I'm 2,000 men.
And then Zami was just like, yeah,
Sure you are, buddy.
That's the funniest shit, bro.
And then Marco, fucking just like us, he's like, this is why I love you guys.
Bro, that reminds me of Frankie. So,
Warco.
Kinemon is dead.
Who's dead?
Dead. Bro, I give him props for trying to fight Kaido one more time.
Oh my god, that shit, like, genuinely, that was a really well done scene. Like, I love that he's, like, struggling, stabbing, oh my god. And, like, Kaido's just like, oh my god, just fucking give up.
Oh my god.
I love Kaido's whole thing. I don't remember if we talked about this, where he was like, Kaido was mad at himself for knocking Luffy off the thing. He was like, god damn it, I should have just beheaded you and then took your head downstairs. Otherwise, they're never gonna fucking give up. Yeah. He was right.
Yep. And it's interesting because, like, I saw Tekking posted it, but I didn't see the video. So, Luffy's doing what the elephant did. So that's why.
Voice of all things.
Voice of all things. That's really good. And he's just drowning in water. First of all, that little thing right here, the bloody Luffy with the hair. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Pause, but Luffy's kind of sexy in that water, bro. I ain't gonna lie, when he's floating down there near death, bro.
Are you finally like coming out to your bi-ness? Are we there yet?
No, not yet.
What the
not
fuck,
yet.
Thurman? You're literally more bi than me. Like, I've spent, because it's Pride Month, okay, and I've been spending like the first of this month. I've just been trying to think, like, do I count as bi? Because, like, there are times where I'm like, at some guys, but I don't know if I could fuck one. I feel like you're further along in the bi-ness than I am.
Because I'm just openly sexual. That's the thing.
What? Then you're pan. That's even bier.
I don't know about that.
You just want to fuck everything.
Yeah.
Am I right or am I wrong?
Yeah, you're not wrong, but we're not there yet. We're not there yet.
All right.
Anyway,
I'll say this. To motivate you. When you finally come out, I'll throw you a coming out party. Right?
Oh, that's gonna be great. Thank you.
I'll get all the I'll get like bi-colors. It'll be great.
So Momo, tell them, right? I'm going
Momo screaming into a frog, as you do.
So yeah, if he's going to win, they'll go up to fight, right? So
can I say this too? When he first started doing that, unironically, thought he was lying. I thought he was like lying to get
yo.
I thought that I was actually really hoping that was what was happening.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie to you. I thought so too. I was like, wait a minute, because in my first thought I was like, wait, how do you know he's alive? But I was like, oh, maybe he's lying, just so like, because I remember.
I would have loved that.
No, because I thought I don't know if I saw it correctly, because I thought someone said, hey, tell them this or something like that. Like, because I thought someone gave Momo the frog and they're like, tell him this. I don't know if that was Odin. I don't know. I mean, I was Kinemon or some. I thought someone told them like to tell him this or yada 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 yada. So I was like, oh, it's this lie and stuff like that. So that's what I thought. Because look, because when I saw it, the flash right here, go to page 13. It says Momo tell them. So I was confused for a second.
Luffy saying that, but yeah.
Well, now that we know that Luffy is saying that, because now we know why he was like, "Oh, my head hurts, my ears hurt."
That's what he was hearing.
Yeah. So now Luffy's alive, because it's funny. I know people probably forgotten, but there's fights happening that we haven't seen yet. Jinbei's.
Exactly.
Frank.
Yeah, listen, bro. It's so weird. Like, there's so many. Like, is he really just like, all right, anime, I'm leaving it up to you? Like, it just seems so strange. Doesn't it? Like, I mean, go back to, like, Water 7, like, Enies Lobby. Every single one of those fights got, like, their own focus.
I'm going to be honest, right? If we focus on every fight, I feel like this is going to be the longest One Piece arc.
Well, first of all, it already is the longest One Piece arc.
Oh, yeah. But, I'm not complaining about that at all.
I am. Listen, bro. Like, I'm sorry. This is stupid. You shouldn't. I get it, you're going for chaos, but, like, don't set up fights if they're not going to happen. It's just stupid to me. Like, I don't know. Doesn't that seem a little stupid? Like, that's the one thing about One Piece. It's just annoying.
I get it. Because
like, they literally set up Who's Who Jinbei like it was going to be a thing, and we've seen, like, 3 panels of it.
off screen, mind you.
Yeah.
And then the ninja fight that we forgot. I forgot that fight was even happening. I'm gonna be honest, right?
Once I saw it, I remembered it was happening. I was like, oh yeah.
Raizo versus that fucking weird ass head of a ninja. Like apparently they have history, and we just don't know the history yet.
Yeah, like why you've set up all this? You have all this. It's like I'm reading like a data book at this point. Like genuinely.
So funny, like bro, we hyped up Robin versus Black Maria, and we haven't even seen it yet.
and we've seen Robin, and she's all scuffed up, which means the fight is, you guessed it, happening off screen.
Off screen, yo.
Robin is scuffed up, bro. She like last chapter, she had some blood coming out of her nose. Like this bitch, it's happening, bro.
Like, bro, like, and she's having fun with that shit too, mind you. And then like, I see like Brooke there, and mind you, Brooke's there too.
Yes. Listen, at this point, you know what's happening. The anime is going to be top tier, and this is going to be like the longest fucking arc in the world in the anime. Like I've already seen. This is kind of like. Did you see the episode? Like you know how they have like the titles of all the episodes that are going to come out and shit.
Yeah.
So like,
yeah.
They're already at the at CU fight against pirates moment, right? And we're still not getting Jinbei for like 3 more weeks. Like the Jinbei episode is like 3 episodes from now, which means the whole sea battle, they're going to make that a whole ass thing. It's going to be a long ass sea battle. That's what they're going to do with the entirety of Onigashima. Like literally, like they're probably going to do like half a chapter per episode, and then just like every fight like extend like 5 minutes. And I'm fucking here for it.
Yeah, I would. That's definitely something. And
because now their animation is good, and like it's not just going to be like garbage. Like I think they're actually going to put thought into the fights. And they talked about how there was like a comment from one of the anime people were saying like they go to Oda and they're like, all right, what can we add here? Like they don't just like guess, they like ask Oda. So I really do think that Oda has come to a moment where he's like, I need to finish the manga. And then, like, at this point, if I'm Oda, I would just come out and be... Because he can't, though, because then that would invalidate the manga and make people not want to buy the manga as much. But, like, I think if Oda could say whatever he wanted to without worrying about, like, lowering the sales of his manga, I really do think that at this point, the anime is about to become, like, the superior product of this series. Like, I really do.
Yeah, and it's just funny because, like... I don't want to say, like... he's like relying on the anime to cut up loose ends, but because didn't he say like in a author comment that like go watch the anime like a bunch like I'm filling in stuff like anime is like filling in stuff.
I don't think he ever said that, no, but what he did say, if I'm extrapolating here, remember how he was like really kind of he made it very clear that he was gonna get on them about making the quality better for Wano. I think the reason the Wano anime quality is so good, I think he probably had a conversation with them where he was like, listen, I'm at the point where I can't do everything I want to do, so I'm going to rely on you to do that, and I want you guys to become the superior One Piece product to finish this off, so that you
I'd
know.
be down.
So yeah, to me, I'm literally about to start watching the One Piece anime weekly again, and I'm just gonna fucking start with the first Onigashima episode and keep going, because then I'll be reading the manga, because like the manga will get me story wise, it'll get me what's happening, but in terms of like feeling satisfied with the fights, I think the anime is a must now. I really do. I know that Oda will show us like important fights the entirety of, like the rooftop battle was top tier, we all agree, but like I love One Piece when we get like a Nami Usopp fight, a Brooke Robin fight, Frank, like I miss those, you know what I mean? So if to get those, it's looking like we're gonna have to rely on the anime.
Yep. So I'm just legitimately curious. So going back towards the end here, so I love the fact that Zeus is now in Nami's battle.
So
that was surprising.
Keep in mind, that's not even, I mean, that's Zeus, sure, but it's not like Cloud Zeus anymore. Like, his soul has, now he's the Climateact.
Yep.
It's not that he's in the Climateact. He is actually
that's so good, bro.
Yeah, so now her Climateact is a homie.
But, that's good, but dangerous at the same time.
Well, yeah, I mean, essentially, she's got a tracking beacon on her at all times. Like I the way I'm understand, I think Big Mom could now basically just find her whenever.
I think that's gonna be a plot point in later arcs.
100%.
I just thought of it.
All right.
Now we know how Katakuri is gonna find Luffy.
Dude, come on.
Let's go. But anyway,
I'm still waiting for Katakuri and Luffy to have the conversation under the cherry blossoms like Roger and Whitebeard had.
Yeah.
Sharing donuts under the cherry blossoms.
You already know that that's gonna be either Kid or like so like
Fuck
because we
Kid.
all know
Get out of here. Kid has
it's
been a
like,
fucking overrated pile of garbage this entire series.
like Kid Law because he's surviving or like who else who else could
Can we
be that?
real quick? Can I be dirty for a second? And you know you feel the same way. That shot of Nami holding the climate attack, like that is just perfect dildo size.
Yeah.
Like she fucks herself with that. Like let's be honest. And now
She
Zeus
popped
is in
the
there,
foot.
so Zeus is about to have a fun time.
Oh.
Yeah. Like I just immediately thought of all the hentai possibilities.
Honestly, you already know. Oh, I miss my hentai boy. I missed you, buddy.
I got you.
Great.
I got you.
But anyway, so I love right here, right? Law is just like, here, Law, let me help. Here, Kid, let me help you out, right? And Kid's just like, you're not gonna mess with my fight, and he's like, grow up, Eustace. Let's form a
I
team.
know.
Bro, Law, fucking,
Oh, you mean Wah?
what? What?
Oh, you know you.
He's like, he's like, Eustace, shut your bitch ass up. We're gonna be there together, motherfucker. Like, it's so funny.
Dude, Eustace Kid needs to realize how fucking useful Law is. Like if Law wasn't up, I wish Law would say this. I hope he fucking says this next chapter. Law needs to be like, listen, if I wasn't up there, all of you would be dead.
Facts.
Facts, 100%.
So, and now we see the Yamamoto. I think you mean father
Hold on,
Yamamoto.
one last thing. The actual second that Law left the rooftop, Luffy lost.
They all did.
Yeah. Like, because if Law was up there, Luffy wouldn't have got bopped off the fucking top because Law just would have teleported him.
You don't even know how Luffy lost anyway.
Well,
don't
it
know.
seems like he got fucking baseball, like Smash Brothers style home run batted off the fucking top.
That looks to be the case.
Yeah.
Because my man is knocked out
Yeah.
again.
And yeah,
So
so
how-
this father-son battle is exciting because, like, Yamato is an amazing character. I want to explore more of his character, as well as, like, their past, who his mother is, and what I'm really excited about, and I'm sure you've seen these tweets as well, I'm almost positive that Yamato is going to say to his father, Luffy is the man who will be king of the pirates, and that shit's going to be fire.
I'm just waiting. Because now we're finally going to get confirmation when Yamamoto finally joins the crew, right?
I really do.
like
At
I
this
hope,
point, I'm right there with you. I don't know if it's going to happen, but I really want it to.
like at this point, like this is like a perfect setup for it. And honestly, it feels so surreal because I don't know how it was for fans back in the day. Like we know when Chopper, Robin, Frankie, everyone else like was just now joining the crew. I don't know what it was for fans back then, but I don't know if it was as easy to like be like because I don't know if fans like back in the day was just like, wait, Frank is a cool character. I hope he joins the crew, or like Robin's cool. Miss Sunday.
Frankie was a total blindside because remember, he started off as a villain, remember? I mean, remember what he fucking did? He stole the money from Usopp, and then his boys literally almost killed him, and then...
Yeah, so like I don't know because even Jinbei was a shocker. Like I was not expecting Luffy to be like, "Hey, join my crew." You know what I mean? So it's just like I wonder if Yamamoto is going to be that one that's just like so obvious that like, hey, he's going to join the crew, or is it going to be nothing like that? Because it's been a minute since we've seen like somewhat people like fans be like, "Oh shit, we want him to join the crew, we want her to join the crew."
Yeah, no,
You know,
I mean,
it
it'd be smart because Yamato's very popular. I just think we need to see more of their dynamic.
Yeah, and I saw people on Twitter was just like, well, I don't want Yamamoto to join the crew because it might ruin the power dynamic. But people were like, the power dynamic like that.
Jinbei's there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Jinbei it debunks that because Jinbei is extremely strong. So it's just like, I legitimately think that Yamamoto, because at this point, either Yamamoto or Carrot, either one. Like another
Carrot. We've talked about this. Carrot, it's too late. Like you don't not focus on Carrot for like 50 plus chapters and have her join. Like it's no, too late.
You never know.
No, I wouldn't like it. And I was a total on board for Carrot joining, but now it just doesn't feel right. Because remember think about how important Robin was, how important Frankie was in like the 10, 20 chapters right before they joined. It like Frankie was integral during Water 7. He was fighting motherfuckers. He was closely attached to the arc that he joined. You know what I mean? Like, it was his guardian that made the sea train, and you know what I mean? Like, he was really close to Iceberg and all that shit. So, and that made sense, and then he joined. Whereas, like, Carrot now, like, why? Like, what has she done? Like, honestly, barely.
Besides getting bopped by Parrot Sparrow.
yeah, she got off-screened by Parrot Sparrow.
That's really funny.
That's not a good look for a new crew. Ooh, I can't wait for the person who got off-screened in a 2v1 where she was on the 2 side to join Straw Hats.
That's a rip.
Yeah. I mean, Wero Sparrow, dude. Like, he's fucking powerful.
Wero Sparrow, yo! That's so funny.
Never forget that Law's normal name is the L version of his name.
Rip.
Wah. Law, until he dies, will forever be known as Wah now.
You love to see
so Yamamoto, I'm excited for this conversation. Like, I love dynamics like this where it's like, how can, like, such a horrible fucking asshole give birth to such a... he didn't give birth. Be the father to such a amazing, hot, sexy man.
Man. So, the rankings... 10 out of 10 for both chapters. One Piece has been constantly fire every week. I think that's Piece for me. I have to get ready for work.
True. Let's see. Anything else? I guess so. I don't know. I need a little bit more drama. We're almost there. We're getting there on drama. I just need a bit more. I want to see something akin to, like, the Saba Odi moment where, like, we think... There has to be a couple moments where we think this shit's going to fail. I want to feel like, oh my God, this might fail. You know what I mean? Just a couple times before they win. That's about it, really.
Woo. I think we're close to not the climax, but I think we're close to more shit popping off because we need more fights, bro.
Well, that's the thing, right? Like, is there going to be a moment where Oda finally starts to kind of, like, zero in and actually focus on, like, all the Straw Hat fights? Because it's just, do you feel me? Because, like, more than any other arc, this arc has just been chaos, which is fine because he's trying to make it's a war. So yeah, chaos is fine. But at some point, do we, like, okay, the chaos is done now. Let's actually do these 1v1s, or, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And, like, now we have a situation where Luffy is being picked up by... We do need to bring this up. Luffy's being picked up by the Polar Tang, Law's submarine. So... Yep. And Onigashima is now floating over the mainland of Wano. So I imagine, like, there could be, like, a part 2 of this arc now where... Because remember, Kaido's plan is to float over the capital of Wano, then drop it. And now Luffy is down there, and he's going to have to get back up. Oh, is there going to be a moment where they have to, like, stop it from falling? Like, there's a lot that could happen here, you know what I mean? But it feels like we're entering, like, a part 2 now, where now we're about to get to the phase where Kaido's going to start just dropping this island, you know what I mean? And that will be interesting. Kind of like, think of the bomb in Alabasta, like, oh, we're about to shoot the bomb in 5 minutes. Oh, no, we got to stop it, you know what I mean? Also... We have Shinobu and Momo. She uses her decaying powers to fall, and now we have to see Momo finally get over his fear of, like, flying and heights and save them by using his devil fruit. So there's a lot going on here for sure.
Yeah, and remember, C-Pool is just there chilling.
Who's chilling?
CP9, CP0.
Oh yes, I love that. That's exciting. So yeah, I think at this point it does feel like we're kind of entering like a part 2 of the Onigashima raid because Luffy's out of the picture for a bit. I just want us, and it does at least finally maybe Sanji has locked into his battles. I would love for the next, if Oda could just spare, I know it sounds like a lot, but this is an important arc. Literally everything post time skip has been leading up to Wano. If you could just spare 20 chapters, Oda, 20 chapters, 5, 5, 5, 5 for like each Straw Hat battle. You know what I mean? Like 3 to 5 for each Straw Hat. Like if you could just spare that, please. And then bam, Luffy comes back, wrap it all up. That's all I'm asking. Please.
Peace.
Peace. Whoa, the button is covered by a pop-up. All right, peace.